Hello everyone, it's Elek, and I'm back once more on Wii Ventures. I'm here to talk about a game that I've recently gotten to play in the last week or so. This one's more of a sequel. It's called Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. It includes a completely different perspective from the original trilogy that takes an interesting spin on the whole saga. There are different adaptations with the same name, so it might be hard to understand what I'm talking about, so I'll just give you the synopsis of the storyline. The game starts off from the ending of the original game, where you play as a clone based off of Starkiller. He was being held on planet Kamino by Darth Vader. He was trying to make a successful copy of the original Starkiller, who believed to be dead at the time. After you are released from the chamber, you are then forced to fight an army of robots that disguise themselves as rebel troopers. Once you successfully beat them all, Darth Vader brings out a prisoner who appears to be Juno, one of Starkiller's dearest friends. He tells Starkiller to strike her down, but he resists. After escaping Kamino, you travel to a palace called Kato Nei Moidia, where General Ram Koda was being held captive. He was kept inside the battle arena that was controlled by Baron Tarko. After Starkiller reaches Koda, Baron unleashes a giant monster to eat both of them alive. This also happens to be the first boss that you will have to face. It will lash out his arms and attempt to grab you, but luckily you aren't such an easy target for him. You then make your way towards the top of the building and find out that you can bring the entire facility down by throwing your lightsabers at the hangars. Once you've done so, you successfully escape from Baron Tarko as you and Koda fly out on a starship. You then drop him off at the nearest spaceport as you head for Dagobah to rethink the situation. On that planet you will come across Yoda, who was the watcher for the planet. He leads you into a cave that shows visions to anyone who enters inside. After envisioning your destiny and exiting the cave, you head to the Salvation Starship with General Koda as you both make your way up to the bridge. A bounty hunter named Boba Fett captures Juno and escapes from the hangar. This causes you to come across a giant spider droid. After beating it, you head back to the landing deck to find out that the entire fleet is under attack. Later you realize that the ship is headed for Kamino. Once you and Koda head for the bridge, the ship crash lands on Kamino and you head out to rescue Juno. As General Koda is leading the others to the cloning facility, Starkiller discovers from a faraway building that Boba Fett was handing off Juno to Darth Vader. So you head over through Havoc, stormtroopers, and battle through some of your evil clones as you head to the top to confront Darth Vader once and for all. Once you beat him, you are given two different choices for an ending. You can either strike Vader down and give yourself to the dark side, or spare his life and let Koda take him to a secret rebel base, where they will question him and then execute him. The ending that you pick is completely up to you. Your character depends on two main components: your force meter, which limits how much force you can use at a time, and your health meter, which are hit points that you can take before you get knocked out. In order to increase both of these, you need to find their respective tanks. Those are Bangta tanks, which increase health, and force tanks, which increase your overall force energy. As you play through the game, you are able to unlock new force abilities. Force Lightning can be used to shock enemies along with charging and powering up machinery. Force Reflect, which blocks off any incoming attacks with your lightsabers. Force Push, that pushes away objects. Force Grip, which lifts objects into the air. Force Dash gives you a little speed boost to help get from one area to another faster. Force Repulse, which unleashes a burst of energy that clears away debris. Force Throw, that lets you throw your lightsabers into objects or bridges to bring them down. Force Sight helps you uncover hidden objects and doors to Force Grip. Mind Trick will lure enemies to fight against each other. And Force Rage, which instantly eliminates all enemies with a single swipe when selected. Every one of these force abilities can be upgraded using experience points, aka XP points. In order to receive experience points, you have to battle enemies and earn certain amounts that way. A simple enemy such as a stormtrooper might only give you a certain chunk of experience points, while a giant robot with a shield and a flamethrower might give you a whole bunch of experience points. So it's best to keep fighting as many enemies as you can, because the higher upgrades can get a little pricey with experience points. A helpful tool that can be used to get more experience is the combo meter. The combo meter can be filled while you are fighting against enemies. As the meter is filled a certain amount, the value of your experience points can be multiplied. Alright, so for example, the Padawan gives you 1.5 of the original value, the Knight gives you 2.0 of the original value, Master gives 2.5, Unleashed gives you 3.0. Each one also comes with a special attack that is used when you flick the Wii Remote. Another thing that you might want to look out for is finding all the hidden holocrons in each of the stages. Those also offer experience points and new concept art if you collect certain numbers of them. Color and power crystals will change the attributes to your lightsabers. There should be at least 1 or 2 in every stage. Color crystals will change the color of your lightsaber blades. You start out with red at the beginning, but you can switch them to green, silver, yellow, blue, gold, black, and purple. Power crystals will give you special effects to help you out on your journey. A few examples would be filling up your combo meter faster, or making everything use less force mana, or more powerful saber attacks, and so many more. Once you beat the game, you can unlock the Insane difficulty, where you can find a second set of crystals, which allows you to equip both of your lightsabers with the same ability. In order to find these hidden items, you will need to look through every nook and every cranny in all of the 18 stages in order to find them. Or just look up on the internet like I did. Overall, I love how well the story is put together in just a few levels and cutscenes, and it really gives you the flexibility on what your strengths and weaknesses are depending on your playstyle. But if you want to fully beat this game, you have to play through all of the stages, find all the holocrons and crystals, beat the game on the Insane difficulty after beating it once, and find the remainder of the crystals after that. Thank you so much for watching. That is all I have for this episode. If you have any ideas for me to review this semester, don't hesitate to tweet me at ZTVGoofingOff with the hashtag WeVentures. I'm Elek, and I will see you next time on WeVentures.